The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98 KUPD.
All right. Thank you, Silence the Voice. And they are the champions from Pladio last year.
It's open.
It's open and ready to go.
The webpage should be live at 98kupd.com. We've got 2 bands in already.
No kidding.
They jumped the gun yesterday.
Knocked it out. Well, if you're a local band and you want to win Pladio and you've been in it before, or you're brand new to it, you want to get involved in this thing, damn it all, do it. The Glories, do we have prizes again this year?
Checked with Larry, and we do, yes.
Same thing as last?
I believe so.
It's like $2,000 for the winner?
I think it's $1,500.
No, we do 15 and then 5 for second place, which has always made me mad.
Okay, well, then we'll
Second place is losing.
First place loser.
First place loser.
One champion.
There's a singular. You don't go, we came singular. No.
The one thing we're not sure yet is the studio time with Larry Ely.
Right.
We don't know if he's back. And
we got to find out if we can get studio
that's
time.
the one thing we don't know about
I'll
yet.
just give it to Katera will do it.
Might as well.
We'll just have a guy I know if Larry can't. But
He's worked with Kiss.
Oh, he's worked with a lot of people. But we'll get that straightened out. Yeah, usually we give you studio time and some cash. And mainly we're handing you cash to go to that studio and write us a song. Got to do an intro for our show. Everybody so far has been super great about it. Even the one that people kind of were annoyed by was that girl band Whistle, and I loved that one. Yeah. All of our theme songs have been great. I got no complaints.
Good Boy Daisy, those twins have gone on to good things.
They didn't write a theme for us because they won. They wrote one because they just felt like it.
Yeah.
And Good Boy Daisy, those twins are like 20-something now. Yeah. Look out! I felt really bad when they were on the stage that one time. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But the rest of this band, you two are smoking hot twins. I mean, what are you doing?
Sorry, guys.
Put some bikini bottoms on and sing pop music. You two are going to be stars. And then
they're chicks.
And then somebody told me, goes, they're 16. And I'm like, God damn it. I said that on a microphone. Like, you got smoking hot twins on us. Everybody on stage looks older and bigger and better. Stages change the way you look. So these girls look like they were like you got a couple little supermodels.
Even Shirley Temple back in the day.
Right, Shirley Temple on stage. People wanted that thing, man. How do I get that little spinner back to my house? Babe? She's 7. What in the hell? The stage changes everything. But yeah, so I felt bad because they were so good and they just commanded. But we'll see. We'll get them back in.
You told the band, you're like, look, guys, you're going to have to find a new gig.
Sit back and enjoy the ride you're on with the hot twins. And their other girl that was in it was fun. I don't know that she stayed, but she was fun. Anyway.
They eventually fought.
We remember them. I mean, there's a lot of bands that you don't remember. Like, a lot of them were like, God, that was fun. They were a good one. We've got a couple like Chris Strickler, Krisky Six.
Yeah.
From Whiskey Six. He's gone on and done.
Two-time winner, right?
Yeah, they won. And then Chris is doing his own thing, Christopher Shane. And he's making some inroads. He was with ZZ Top there when Dusty got sick. Yeah. He killed Dusty. I said that. I told him. I sent him a skull and crossbones. I said, nice job, man. I heard you played with ZZ Top last night. Now Dusty's
use
dead.
that. Wow. Use that.
Use it. Grow the beard, dipstick, and be ZZ Top 2.0.
Didn't realize how driven he was.
He'll kill for the art. For the dreams, he will slaughter. But yeah, Pladio's wide open, and the website, I don't even know what that is. What do you do?
The website will show you who's in.
Yeah, but how do
I'll update it as soon as I can.
And they just send it to you.
It gives you all the info what we need. You need a bio. You need to send me your track digitally. You can drop it here, but it's always better to just do it digitally. That way you get it
guaranteed
in.
It. Yep. And it's 98kupd.com, and you do a little tab for Pladio.
Yep, 98kupd.com/Pladio.
All right, and you're on top of it. Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. Pladio's back. It's the week of Thanksgiving.
A couple of songwriters have already written in saying that they've been listening to Pladio over the years and taken your advice.
Just the only advice we got is don't write a crap song.
Good luck with that.
And production value.
Production value and
Get
drumming.
to the meat.
Drumming is a big thing.
Yeah, don't give me a minute and a half of your journey with your fog machine that I can't see.
Yeah, you're not Mastodon.
If your song starts with that at all, you're done. You're done. If at all you have, when the man rode over the hill. No, you're out. I don't want to build
spoken
up.
word
Yeah,
before
you are.
him.
Yeah, you're not. I'm not watching Tombstone. Just play the goddamn song.
Dude juice.
Yeah. Dude juice. Now, if you include dude juice, and then it goes, you get something right after that.
That's perfect.
Dude juice. You've got my attention. In fact, a band named Dude Juice will probably be in the top 5 just on principle.
I can almost guarantee that would happen.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that would happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Dude Juice. Yes! Scott Haynes says, if Brady won the lottery, I would listen every day to work because he would have hired someone to read the big words during the Brady Report.
Excuse me, come on, Jeeves, would you mind? Yes, Jeeves. This one here.
The word is someone, sir.
Oh, I was going to say Simone. Who cares? I'm loaded.
Gonna buy that word.
Yeah. Jordan says, any guy who says he wouldn't have a quick jerk session after getting a $10 million bump off of a Dreamcatcher website. That's basically what he's right. He's a fool, and his money will not last. That's true. You'd have that moment like in the movie Miracle, where Kurt Russell's coach, after they realize they just beat the Russians, and he goes off into that hallway and does that self-celebration thing. You know that included touching the tip a little bit. There was no way that guy went in there and didn't grab hold of his Johnson for a second. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So, Sheba's got us all thinking. Speaking of thinking, too, by the way, Alec Baldwin, if you're listening, please, for God's sakes, if you're listening,
Stop talking.
Stop doing things. Hole up in your house. Have you seen? I got probably 70 memes
because
yesterday.
of the Halloween.
That one was
the
amazing.
Family.
The one I sent you was great. The other one, he shoots his wife.
Oh, I missed it. Send that one over.
I'll find that one. I was, because of course he pulls over if he's again, and the comments were unkind. No, this arrogant jackass made fun of everybody that disagreed with him, and this arrogant pile of crap can't not see a camera and get out of his car. Lay low and shut the F up is everybody's comment.
Yeah.
I mean, the comments on the Facebook page are basically like, really, dude? You think that after the way you treated people who you didn't like, you expect some sort of courtesy? And I'm like, in this particular case, I'm not political with Alec Baldwin. I think he might be a doucher. But most people in that industry are douchers. But he pulls over on the side of the road to talk to press, starts reprimanding them for not knowing the name of the lady or saying it properly. His wife went crazy. I got meme after meme of him going, it's an investigation, and his hands are out. And then within seconds, there's a gun in his hands, and he's just firing at like randomly. And one was an AR-15.
Oh, yeah.
One was a bazooka, which killed me. One was just a gun, and he shoots his wife. All of them were somebody saying, I'm going to make this horrible incident hilarious. And there I am, the jerk, laughing at every single one of them as the day goes on. I sent it to you guys. I sent the first one to you, and I'm like, this is... But read the comments on that. Nobody's laughing. The comments on the one where he's, the AR-15 that shoots the car that goes by, and he's just still talking, just going off. It's terrible. It's tasteless, but it's exactly down my dark alley.
Yeah.
The comments are all just hate for Alec Baldwin, and I mean hate. Like that, you should be prosecuted as a murderer. You're a criminal. And I'm like, man, this is exactly what you hated Alec Baldwin for. Mouthing off about circumstances he wasn't involved in. And then finally, karma kicking his ass. Isn't that the same thing as going on the Facebook page telling him, you deserve to this and this for being... You're kind of doing the same thing. Anybody who's mad about it, you're kind of saying, this could never happen to me. I don't think Alec Baldwin has been like super careless with firearms. And the whole movie industry, for as many times as they aim guns at people and shoot,
Needs some
pretty darn safe, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that thing's...
2-3 incidents, maybe?
Well, I mean, think about... Well, yeah, we can name like 4.
Yeah.
But think about all the times that they do those... there's guns in movies constantly, and it seems like this is the goofy one that kind of got out of hand. But man, oh man, the hate for him is palpable. Like, I'm just like, why does he? And again, it comes back to ego. The guy can't see these cameras on the side of the road and not get out and start talking. I would be in a hole if this was me. I can't imagine being public after accidentally shooting Brady in the head and then trying to answer questions. I might put out a statement. You would not see me. I'd come out looking like Howard Hughes if I came out at all. How?
How do you do it? Scripts right now, looking at taking apart.
He took that
starting a new film.
Sure, he's got to get a job. He had his son out at some ice cream place the other day.
Well, and then I saw.
Stop going places.
I know. I saw pictures where people were mad because he went out with the kids and family for Halloween.
Right. No, you stay home. You don't do that. This is, in his own words, this is huge. A woman has died. Then you don't go trick-or-treating because you know you're in the public eye. You just stay home. People would respect the fact that Alec Baldwin can't leave the house. No, I'm going to live my life normally. It's like you're not going to live your life normally. You're not normal.
Yeah, it's impossible.
You can't do it. Brundry's parents couldn't leave their house, and they didn't do anything wrong. And if they'd have walked out and did trick-or-treating and everything else, people would have just followed them around. It's insane. And again, you're going to become a meme that makes me feel like a dick. But that one where he shoots that car that goes by is unexpected and just awful plus funny equals awfully funny to me. And that one was awful funny. Horrible. But I don't understand that. I don't understand I'm going to still be, people are watching you.
Nothing's
know you're a celebrity.
Changed. I'm going to live my life.
Things have changed.
No, that's what I mean.
But how dare you question my...
I have to roll on. I have to live with this.
There is a time to just stop and say, I have to take a month from the public eye. You're in the public eye. If Toledo does it, you're like, he's got it. Nobody else is going to handle this. Like his kids need to trick or treat or pay bail or whatever your kids are doing. Right. And you got to go buy giant pants at the Mr. Green Jeans at the whatever. I don't know. Just long.
Shankos.
But you've got to go about your day because you're not. Yep. And
I don't have that luxury.
If you had that going, it would be miserable. If you had the ability to lay low, you'd lay low. What he's traveling the countryside and he's doing stuff with the family and popping in and out of stores. It's that screams to me ego that he can't not be in the spotlight. I don't want to look like I'm hiding. And then scream out, I can't talk to anybody. It's an active investigation. This is so terrible. Then why are you talking? You pulled over.
Right.
And he just lends credibility to all the people that are hateful towards him. I want to try to defend him. We have a friend named Ted that can't stand him. He's a gun super nut. And Ted is a safety gun expert. And if you ever wanted to know about gun safety, Ted's your guy.
Make sure you have about 5 hours.
He talks too much. Well-versed, incredibly bright, smart guy, well-spoken, hates Alec Baldwin, and puts like loads of blame on him for that. Like we've gone back and forth, and like Brett even said yesterday, well, I haven't gotten Captain Coronado fired up for a little while, and you were looking for reasons to see if you could get him going.
At least we got Helena Hutchins' final words.
My God, I know those came out in the press, too. Which were?
That was no good. That was no good at all.
Yep. And
what? What's
that was
this
what
then?
she said.
Lights out?
Those were her last words.
Wow.
And, of course, because this is a unique situation, we all know that. Toledo shoots a guy on the street, you're not going to go the last words of that guy. Crazy. But, yeah, I mean, just to pull over to yell at cameras, I can't talk, is the stupidest thing. They're following us. Like, you're not Princess Di. Slow down. You're going to take your picture. If you keep going outside, you're asking for it. You're begging for it. Stay in the house. You've got a nice house. You've got people who will go get things for you. Everybody's understanding until you start pulling this jackass stuff like you did the other day. And I understand you want to take your kids trick-or-treating, but maybe not this year. Right? Maybe Steven can come over and do it. I know you don't get along. But you've got like 11 Baldwin brothers. Can one of the uncles come by?
Just keep the gorilla outfit on. Fully masked. You know?
Right.
You never know.
Or put an outfit on and just leave. Or tell kids, hey, this year we're going to Aruba. I don't understand it. I'm not allowed to leave the state, you see. Just get in your car and keep driving. TMZ's everywhere, dummy. But if you read the comments on that one meme, which was just hilarious, boy, people are mad at him. And it's all, the chicken's roosting for him because he was so incredibly outspoken and one-sided and attacking a lot of people that half the country love. Like, I mean, he was going after everything about the Trumps and Republicans, calling Republican people dumb and the voters were idiots. And he took deep, thick Wolverine swipes at the general population.
He was a dick.
He was a dick.
He just was.
In the name of comedy to a certain degree, and then after a while, like, Alec means this. Like, this is no longer funny. This is like his beliefs. And, boy, those people remember their wounds from Dippy Alec Baldwin.
And I think, I can't confirm it absolutely, but I think even James Woods has held off on this. Has he any comments about him?
I have not gone
he
on
usually
Twitter.
fires off.
I have not gone on Twitter. Well, if I was in the industry where I handle phony guns, I'd keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I told Ted that. I said, no offense to you, Ted, but you're around guns more than everybody I know. Mm-hmm. The odds of you having an incident that is unfortunate are much higher just for the sheer rate of times you're around weapons.
Right. And sometimes they don't believe that. No, I'm prepared.
He is prepared. There's nobody
like
more
prepared.
But that's why it's called an accident. Mm-hmm. It's because through all the preparation and everything else, something still goes wrong. It's nobody's intent. So I hope it never happens to anyone. I think it's terrible, but
everyone has that question. Why are live rounds around?
And nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That's the missing.
And you don't know a movie set. None of us do. So maybe maybe in New Mexico on downtime, and that's one thing you do know about a movie set, there's loads of downtime. Some of the guys take those guns, which aren't props, they're real guns, they just put blanks in them, and they go shooting.
Well, and wasn't that one of the rumors, or that's what was said, that on the off time they were actually shooting that gun out in the field or whatever?
Which is not illegal.
Right.
And not bad, but somebody missed a step, and a tragedy happened. But, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So now, how many times is a movie that's been shot in the West? I'm sure that Kevin Costner series, when they're down doing, they're plunking cans off of the tops of walls and stuff, shooting in the middle of the desert. There is nothing to do. Have you been to the desert? Look at the ground. It's just 12-gauge shells everywhere. The Jeep guys that I four-wheel with, they have Jeep cleanups. Every Jeep or four-wheel drive group goes.
People don't leave their brass
no.
often.
Whoa. You'd be surprised. You can actually make money, but most of the time
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
Plastic 12ers. But the Jeep cleanups, like the Jeep groups go out and clean the desert because there's so many people that go out and shoot and leave it, make a mess.
The targets.
There's nothing to do out there. I went out way back before Castle Hot Springs came back. My dad, 12 miles deep into the desert on this road, and you go by Castle Hot Springs, another 10 miles in. There's couches and old car doors. And I'm like, what is it? People just bring it out here and shoot it. There's nothing to do. Now you take all that stuff back to the movie set. You're tired, you goofed, maybe you're drinking. It's definitely some sense.
Maybe we're drinking?
Maybe. It's pot. Those Hollywood people love that weed. It's a terrible incident, but man, oh man, Alec Baldwin, you're starting to spin me. I was on his side till I saw that thing of him pulling over. We talked a little yesterday, then I saw it, and I'm like, go home. There's no reason for you to be out and about right now. None. You're a public figure. You have to recognize that. And now
it's the last thing you'd want to be.
Don't tell us, leave me be to my life. No. You didn't allow that same courtesy. So now it's starting to come back on him with the people supporting him. No. You never gave the courtesy of anybody a foul up. And this is a murder foul up. It's terrible. But you go home and keep quiet. Disappear for a little while. And hopefully it all works out for you. But if you start mouthing off about how everybody's treating you poorly now, you're going to have 70 million people in this country that are going to come after you in a big way. You're inviting it, dummy. Don't they have PR people at all?
They do. And a lot of them say, get out to somebody.
Right.
Get your story out there.
A statement.
Bad.
I think Alex is just an egomaniac, though, too.
I do, too.
True.
I think you see that camera, he can't not stop and stare into it. I don't disagree with that. But, again, that's just us saying, I think the guy's a dick. He's proven himself a dick over the years. I wanted to side with him on this, but he's showing me right now, I'm going to act like my life has got to go on and I'm with my children. Maybe that's a bad PR guy going, go out with your kids. They'll leave you alone with your kid. No, they won't. And you still look like the guy from the Western, like you're going to go back on set, which isn't helping either. Like you're keeping your beard just in case filming resumes.
Urban Meyer called him. What are you doing, man?
Dude, what are you doing? Don't you know what to do when this stuff happens? You email John Gruden. He says something terrible and everything disappears. Tell you what, man, that Alec Baldwin was a humongous man. There's a deep drive by Castellanos. So, yeah, I'm reading it. It's all Gruden talk. Hey, man, you get Jay Gruden talk in on this thing. I tell you what, Baldwin, man, you pissed off a lot of people there for a while, man.
Ankle.
You're acting like a real dick. So what you got to do now is just email me some naked pictures. I'll fire back a couple homo F words. You're off the hook, man. Ask Urban. It works. That Urban Meyer thing went away because of John Gruden. Not necessarily personally for him.
Right.
But that was going to be a massive scandal, and luckily they were going to fire him until the Gruden thing happened. And
Still hanging tough.
Lay low.
Even the failed onside kick.
Look, they got their asses trounced by a bad Seahawks team. And Urban he's not home.
I love that he didn't move on that onside kick. He just stood there and the team was around him. He's like, what just happened?
Well,
what was that
wraps that one up.
We just gave up.
What I wouldn't give for a lap dance.
Yeah, where's that girl at?
What
I got to call her. Is she in Seattle?
For a goddamn lap dance. Also say that, there are the PC police are out again. And I know this one's going to...
Aren't they always on
Hold on.
patrol
I got another
lately?
thing I want to talk about. I want to get this. We're in the heart of the 20th anniversary of the Diamondbacks championship, and there's nothing happening.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
I started to think about that last night. I'm like, this is...
There's a get-together with the people,
Guilty
executives. The executives.
Is there?
I think so. I know they did it for the 10, and
so
I'll find out more. They do a private deal.
So the guys who won it... So a bunch of them moved on to other teams and stuff.
Yeah.
So all right. So I'm wondering, like, why there's no fanfare. I guess because the Diamondbacks sucked that bad. Like, I figured because there's the official date was November 4th, when they beat the Yankees in Game 7. So today was I believe today was the
Game 6,
which the 15-2 blowout when they just blasted the Yankees. If I remember, that was on a Saturday night. Yeah. Sunday was the championship, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it was November 4th. 20th anniversary, not a peep. You're not hearing anything. It's not on any news, anything. And you think locally, as much as they've celebrated everything else, this team's, that 2001 team, they did during the season a little, but this is it. This is the actual anniversary of it.
I think you're right. They just suck so bad that nobody cares.
Nobody cares about Diamondbacks. They remember they're here. But I do predict this. It's not going to happen. But if you were to put together a parade for the 20th anniversary Diamondbacks, like right now, last minute, and it'd have to go off tomorrow, more people would show up than to a WNBA championship parade. And hey, Mercury.
Those tens of fans?
The Diamondbacks, exactly. The Diamondbacks are still the only sports team in Arizona to win a world championship. The only ones. There are no others. In any major sports at all, the Diamondbacks are the only ones. That's it. Mercury will go bananas when they get this. And they will. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of strange. I'm like, there's zero. Like, tomorrow's the date. Or I guess Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday's the date. And there's nothing. Do people not care? Or is it just... They probably charge them money and stuff and make it worse.
I guess not while the World Series is going
Why not?
on, although it could...
That would be the time when you do it.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Seminole World Series.
Like, they drag out, old Atlanta Braves and stuff. Like, they're going to bring out Glavine and Maddox, and the guy's the last one in 95. Why wouldn't you do it?
26 years.
Diamondbacks, hey, while the World Series going on, we got our own thing going on. A viewing party? Could you imagine watching
I don't remember
World
how
Series
much
party?
they did, on the 10th anniversary. I know I think it was acknowledged, maybe, but I know there was a get-together. I don't know if they did anything on the field.
Got me. I just know that it's kind of coming and going with it.
They wouldn't have been in the playoffs in 2011. I don't think.
I don't know.
So they wouldn't have had a field to really celebrate on.
In other sports news that's very disappointing, and you're going to be upset with us, Brad. You and I both. I didn't know this was going on, and they're putting a stop to it. So we've already missed the boat on this. But women's handball evidently used to require small bikini bottoms for the ladies' teams, beach handball.
Damn it.
And I didn't even know that was a thing. Look it up. So I saw some videos of the beach handball, and what the Norwegian team came out and said, we don't have to wear these bikini bottoms, and it's required as part of the uniform, and we want out. And they are now dropping the bikini bottom.
What?
Women's beach handball, yes.
Son of a bitch.
Which means what? Beach volleyball is not far behind. It is not a requirement.
Oh, those girls came out and said that they
liked
feel comfortable.
Because it's not a requirement for beach volleyball yet. But if enough of them cry and whine, they have to just go to the Lululemons. But most of those girls in the beach volleyball love the fact they look great and are willing to do it. But the Norwegian team, they won their fight because
they're one of the ones I want to see.
Sexist, and they were hot. Yeah. So I'm watching and there's like 13 players on a handball team somehow. I don't know how this game works.
Who cares?
But you got to search a little bit. But there's videos of the old handball, and then there's this pig who comes out and says it's wrong.
She's a goalie.
Is there a goalie in handball?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how it works either.
Yeah, isn't that the one where they have the nets where you're running the?
All I know about
like
fast breaks
there,
butts and thongs.
That's as much as we know. There's thongs and
you get Engelberg standing in the thing going, "Why are they making bikini bottoms a necessity?" Hey, put your thong on, Engelberg. We're playing the athletics. So then you get people like these people. Look at that team. Look at that fit team. And then the men get tank tops and like soccer shorts.
Well, that's good. They should put them in jeans and long sleeve shirts. Don't care about them.
Yeah, nobody's watching handball.
No.
You got something to sell, ladies. Look at those bodies. Those are handball bodies. I didn't even know handball created such a build.
I thought Brett introduced us to that during the Olympics.
Is that? There's the goalie.
Yep.
There's Engelberg.
Engelberg. You got chocolate on your thong, Engelberg. It's not chocolate, Buttermaker. Good God. We got a game against the Athletics. What's that mean? Bad news for them Athletics. You're goddamn right. The bad news. But yeah, so somebody complained. Norway went nuts. Now it's not a thing. Is this the thing we were watching?
Yeah. There was handball, and then we were watching something else.
Some weird.
Almost like a... Not field hockey.
It was almost like ultimate frisbee with a ball. You could take like 2 steps, and I don't know what that sport was, but we watched it. But now it's banned. Now you can't have hot girls being athletic who work really hard to look good, feeling good about themselves at all. But if it was giant girls like Lizzo, and they're in thongs,
you don't want
that. No, you don't. We don't want that. But when we get it, Yahoo applauds and says how brave and what a wonderful world it is that she doesn't have to go by the constrictions of. All of a sudden, it's okay. If these girls weren't athletic and beautiful, nobody would mind this.
There's a goalie.
Now we got so what is that? Is that you, Toledo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd have gone to this. Go! Go! Everybody pat each other on the butt. Yes! That's Greece, and those are getting used, those back doors in Greece. And, oh, man. Oh, the spinning.
Horrible
that went
shot.
In? Oh, no, it went over there. I was going to say the way it bounced, I think it went in. This is a hell of a sport that we didn't know about. Is Greece and France or Netherlands? The ones that complain.
They complain too?
Oh, it was Norway. Norway is the
Norway.
That is Norway. So they're going to ban that. That's not a thing. So hot girls are the ones that have to cover up now. And the Lizzos of the world walking around going, I can wear whatever I want. And what's that Tess, what's her name? That giant redheaded model that keeps doing bikini shots and everybody keeps telling her how great it is. We're not supposed to sexualize women unless they look like garbage. And then we're supposed to, or we're pigs. You're a jerk for shaming her fat body in a thong. And I'm like, I'm not attracted to it. You better sexualize that big lady over there. Too sweet, mister. Instead of these hot chicks you keep sexualizing. That's easy. Why does sexualization have to be something I work on? I got to really try hard to get that Tess lady in my mind as a sex figure.
We need training.
I need to find Lizzo attractive, or I'm a chauvinist somehow.
Oh, you might have just converted me over to your side.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm gay now. Yeah, it's too hard. It's too many rules with these ladies. So wait a minute. The hot girls in their bikini bottoms, I look at that as sexual or pretty, and I'm a pig. But if I look at a pig dancing around on Instagram,
not sexual,
who I don't find sexual at all, and if I don't see her sexual, I'm a pig. Tell me how I win. You know what I'm going to do? BJ's forever. Screw it. The dudes are cooler.
You're half a pig, John.
Tonight, if my friend Mark, if I could convince him, known him since the 5th grade, to just, little Peter Puffin, we're going to go to the Mark and I have a plan tonight. Going to dinner before the Suns game. Check out the Pelicans, Suns, and then maybe some cordials after.
Nice.
Couple cordials. Back to the H&H Ranch. Watch some highlights on ESPN, and then if he pulled it over, like, it was a nice night, don't you think? Yeah, we both enjoyed every single second of what this was.
Did you just say if he pulls it out?
If he
whips?
Comes my way, we'll say.
Gotcha.
I'll just lean to him and go, blowjobs? Sure, I'll have blowjobs. And I won't be mad when he goes to sleep after because I know the feeling. And I don't care about cuddling because he's hairy. That's disgusting.
Well, is Hopkins there? You got separate bedrooms,
No, Hopkins
right?
is not. If Hopkins goes, I'll be disappointed. But Mark and I weren't going to go.
It'll just be strawberry vodka.
Hopkins a CB.
Now we are going to go. Vodka. Well, I certainly don't want Hopkins cucking the incident. But I've been getting along with this guy swimmingly since 5th grade. Never once has he said, I can't believe you think I look chubby. I can't believe that. Never once. When Mark was fat, we laughed about it. And he's fat now. I mean, Mark's put on a lot of weight. He looks terrible. But still, I understand
if he thongs up, comes out.
If he thonged up and said sexualize me, I'd be like, you got it, Lizzo, because he looks real big right now. He's got a problem. Can't put down the churros. But that's fine. But now all of a sudden I got hot girls in bikinis telling me don't look at me in my bikini and think I'm good. Sexualizing women's wrong unless they're hogs. Help me, Brett. I don't understand it. Can't be done. I'm an old-fashioned fella. You put a hot girl in a bikini bottom playing handball in front of me.
I'm in.
I'm in. And I don't even care about the sport. I'm visually attracted to this idea. You give me Dua Lipa on stage in a skin-tight outfit next to Megan Thee Stallion, who can fit a solo cup in her ass crack while some guy drinks out of it. We all saw the picture. And one of them I'm allowed to sexualize, and the other one I'm a pervert for doing it. And the one I'm a pervert for doing it to is gorgeous. Traditionally. Right. You know what else is a tradition you're not mad at? The sun coming up.
Tradition is a word.
I'm not changing it. Tradition isn't awful. But traditional beauty. Yeah, you just said it. Move on. With your phrasing traditional beauty, I'm sticking with that stuff. Call me old-fashioned.
They're asking for the Spock syndrome. They just don't want any reaction on either side. And what's going to happen? They're going to regret it.
We'll all go like Johnny. Next thing you know, you'll see Brady and I in thongs going, I don't care what you're looking at. We're not interested in you anymore. You got too many hang-ups about what we look at and how we like you. The problem is we like them too out loud.
Yeah.
You're right. The second we stop liking them as a whole, they'll come running.
Oh, yeah.
They'll wear slut clothes. You've seen Scottsdale. The best move in Scottsdale is act like you're not interested.
You can't get guys to do that. It's like Alec Baldwin not talking to the press.
Exactly. You can't talk guys into not interested in any of you.
Don't look. Don't look.
At them. Just don't look. It's the end of Indiana Jones. Don't look, Marion. But the Nazi's face is melting. How do you not look?
Help but look?
There's two things I'm looking at. A hot ass in a thong and a Nazi's face melting. And then there's Lizzo. We're supposed to celebrate this picture here.
Somebody just sent me this beast.
Stretching out Grimace's costume.
Ugh.
And when people are like, that's gross, you should get in shape, they're like, I'm a sexual woman. And it's like, we can't win. Brady's right. The key to the entire deal is to get every guy on board to not look. Stop look. Everybody.
I'm not looking at that.
No. Well, you are. And
well,
then you're like,
just because.
And you're commenting.
Send it over to me.
But you're a jerk. Now,
right.
Pull up the handball team and go, that girl's ass is amazing. And the next thing you know, you might lose your job. You say Lizzo's ass looks great, and everybody's like, what a forward-thinking, what a guy. What a guy. Lena Dunham is so brave. And again, I go back to the original joke that was stolen from me by, I think, Aquafina, but I don't remember it. I said it years and years ago when they kept saying Lena Dunham was brave for being naked on TV. And I'm like, try that next time your wife walks in the bedroom in lingerie. Good Lord, baby, you look brave tonight. It isn't a compliment. Telling your wife she looks brave in her underwear is
such
mean.
a brave outfit. I'm so proud.
Yeah. So proud that you've put, obviously, everything aside to come out in that.
I mean, the courage you have.
Wow. You are displaying Herculean strength mentally to wander from the closet in that. So brave. She'd kill you. Also, when they were telling everybody that Caitlyn Jenner was pretty. She's a beautiful woman. All right, next time your wife's dressed up, go, good Lord, you look just like Caitlyn Jenner tonight. And every woke woman would have been like, you son of a bitch, because deep down we all knew. She was wonky-eyed and screwed up.
We tried it a couple of times.
You try it. Try it with your wife. Every woman that said she's a beautiful, brave, gorgeous woman, I think she looks great. All right. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. Because next time you come out of the bedroom in a red sequin gown and we're ready for a big night out, You look so much like Caitlyn Jenner tonight. Suddenly all that beauty is out the window, isn't it? What are you saying? Like you're the one who told me she was beautiful. You look just like her.
Start buying her the outfits.
I want you to dress more like Caitlyn. Caitlyn wore this, and she looked gorgeous. I think you'll look just like her. It'd be furious. There's no winning. Brady's right. Well, actually, I'm right. I pulled the trigger. Went full homo. Well, not full homo. I don't want to see any pee-pees, but still.
Maybe tonight.
Hey, if Stebbings is up for it, I'm in. I mean, he's a little thick. To be honest with you, I'd have to be a top with Mark because I think he would squish the air out of me as big as he's gotten. He's huge.
You going to take him to the parade next week?
No, I'm not into that.
No?
The water's too cold. Let's get my toes in. I'm on the top step.
What if he wants to go?
If Stebbings wants to go to the gay parade, I'll drive him. I'll wait. I'll drop him off. Wait at the end of the parade line. He doesn't. He's not gay. Yet. But enough fun times we have together.
He's in the closet?
Power couple. You know what I would do every other Friday with Mark? I'd take his paycheck and my paycheck, and I would do like I used to do with Ken and Barbie dolls, and I'd just make, look at these paychecks. Wow. Go shave that thing down. I'm playing with it. And it's the only way to go. Lizzo, that you can sexualize. The handball team.
Nope.
Knock it off, pervert. Brady's right. They walk out in lingerie, just go, great. And just look at the ceiling. Just straight up. Just your eyes up at the ceiling. I'm not allowed to look at you. I've been taught by women not to look at this and sexualize. I want you to sexualize. I don't know the rules. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Spent all that money on that outfit. Don't care.
If I get a boner, if you cutlered your wife,
oh man,
she came
you know
out.
How quickly that would
Do
turn.
I look good in this? Don't care.
That's what you want.
Sorry, lady. Don't care. You're no Lizzo. What? Yeah, I like these Lizzos now. You know how you got mad at me when I said she was fat and you called me judgmental? Now I like her. What do you mean you like her? Look, there's no win in this fight. Look at this pig. I say that all the time. Look at this pig on TV dancing around. Amy Schumer's dressed like a tampon. Pig.
You're judgmental.
I know I am. That's kind of what you liked about me, I thought. You see pigs dancing around.
Oh, man. Stop sending me pictures of Lizzo in bikinis and stuff. Jesus.
You are not a woke man, Brett. That's beautiful in 2021. It's beautiful.
Embrace the ham planet.
Tell me how
good,
beautiful
sweet
that
Jesus.
is.
Get her some HBP pills and a Frib stat.
Look at that. What a slob.
She's going to go. All right. Well, when you know what's going to be great?
Thanks, Dave Ochoa.
All those people that want to keep firing those over to tell us that we need to find that beautiful. Tell me it's beautiful when they cut her feet off from diabetes. When she's wheeling around unbeautiful. Footless lady. That's too pretty. All right, Lizzo, but the reason you ain't got no feet is just the least healthy way to live ever. I'm beautiful. Maybe. You might be an awesome person, but this is unhealthy, and I'm a bad friend for telling you this is a good thing. I tell Brady all the time he's going to drop dead of a stroke because I care about him. More than he cares about himself. Look at him drinking that milkshake.
These churros, delicious.
And he's eating all the churros. Mark's going to be mad. The other thing I was laughing about was we also have to have an honest talk about the word retarded. Kyle Busch.
In trouble.
Have you seen that? He has to go to sensitivity training because someone tried to kill him on the NASCAR track. Somebody cut him off, and I can't remember who it was. I don't watch NASCAR, so it was Haley Deegan.
Who's actually
Is that it? No, I don't
mentally
know.
challenged.
Oh, they're letting him drive?
That's why it was a problem.
Deegan.
So it actually, well, now it changes everything. He said the retard behind me. Oh, no, that was the thing. That was Haley Deegan's thing. This one was different. In a post-race interview, that's right, Busch said the thing about somebody trying to cut him off and said something about, man, that was retarded. What the guy was doing was retarded. It was dangerous. Like, he cut him off. He was trying to get me in the wall. He's trying to crash me. What was that?
Totally
Dude,
different
that was
context.
retarded. Yeah. It was Harvick. He said, what's he trying to do, spin me out? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know who the hell it was. He says, I mean, where was he going? What's he trying to do, spin me out? He was trying to do a Harvick. Is that what he's trying to do? For what? Second place? For what? He wasn't going to transfer through with that. Freaking retarded, man. That isn't an insult to people with a mental disability. That is it's
proper use of the word.
Proper use of the word.
It's hillbilly talk.
It is hillbilly talk, but it's also a thing where it's like the process was retarded, which means it didn't get to its highest level due to an act of suppression. It was suppressed back, which means anything. Like right now, if Brady tries to go to the door and I push him back, I am retarding his progress to the door.
Right.
Now, just because of the way Brady looks, people are going to think that that's mean. If I'm like,
it's an insult.
I'm going to retard you right now. People would be like, well, you can't do that to him. He's special.
It's already been done.
Right. The Lord did that already. But we have to have an honest talk about that. First off, who's mad?
No one in here.
Well, right. But who's mad? Because every mentally challenged person I've ever met.
That's not the point, John. The point is to get rid of that word altogether.
No, but it means multiple things. And the people who, and if you start calling people names, that's different. That's intentional hate and malice and everything else. If I walked up to somebody who had a mental disorder and started to call them our word, because even right there I'm uncomfortable doing it, that's fine. But if a fire is going, we have to retard this fire. It's just the use of the language. Retarded it. I think got retarded. Pretty sure that's okay. Well, nobody's mad. Every mentally challenged person I've ever met is the happiest person in the world. I'm a bit envious of their joy.
Yeah.
Why do you have to keep telling them there's stuff that's mean when they don't care?
Now, if you're the Black Eyed Peas and
Let's
you want to get retarded in
that
here.
song was a #1 hit not 15 years ago.
And it was changed
Great song.
6 months later.
Yeah,
to
they
Let's
changed
Get
it. Let's
started.
get it started. But if you listen to the original, and you should play it at a wedding once to see if anything happened.
Oh, I have.
The original?
Oh, yeah,
The original?
the original. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, one wedding I was
That's all
at
he spins.
was my friend Phil and Belinda's wedding. And I believe the Let's Get It Started version, not the Let's Get Retarded version.
Yeah.
There. And someone with Down syndrome was on the dance floor by himself, dancing like in a big way. And a friend of mine named Chris screams out, "He is getting down." And
Double down.
the world hit the floor. We all started laughing. Chris then doubles downs and says, "It's okay. My brother's one of them." So he's allowed to throw it out. It's his N-word.
He's got the card.
He's got the R-word card.
I saw Phil and Belinda this weekend, and they were at another wedding, and we were talking. I said, "Your wedding was memorable for a couple reasons." The photographer fell down and passed out. He tripped over a planter and fell so hard that he went out.
Oh, that's a good one.
Out cold, like the.
I mean, sorry.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So and again, the guy next to me, Chris. It's the better part of the story is because it was the bride and groom, Phil and Belinda, are walking away from the altar. Photographer's doing the backup, as they're doing the whatever music it is, dun, 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 and they're walking away. And this dude hits a planter and goes full, Chris Boswell got hit a little less hard in the Steeler game the other day. Out. My friend Chris, with the classic line, "He's down." Again. I'm like, well, he's loving this. He's loving the down theme. Evidently, they went to a wedding this weekend. And because I was telling him, like, your wedding was one of the more memorable ones ever. You had the dead photographer, the Down syndrome dance. And he goes, "Oh, he was getting down again this week." I'm like, "He was there." And he goes, "Oh, he doubled it up. He doubled down on the dance. He went out and just crushed it. And he's the happiest kid in the world. Not a care in the world." Now, if somebody started to scream the R word at him right there, that's just mean, and you'd handle it that way. But we can use the words without it meaning everybody is hateful. The guy was in a post-interview for a NASCAR event where somebody tried to run him off the road. You can call that person retarded. You can say it. Because I want that person to know you have less mental capacity than all the other drivers. So that's a good word. It's actually a proper good use of the insult. And yes, it is an insult to someone who is not retarded to call them that. It's no one's goal. No doctor comes out of the room and goes, "Guess what? He's got Down syndrome." And everybody's like, "All right."
Handing out cigars.
Yeah, the crooked ones that are kind of wet. A little drooled on. Nobody's excited about it. It doesn't mean you have to be mean to people, but it means we can hear the word. It's no different than stupid, which used to be a clinical term.
Or idiot.
Or idiot, which used to be an actual scientific term.
I think it is still.
It probably is, but we've changed them all. So we have to get better at hearing words and not overreacting. Like, we've got to settle down. The dude's going to sensitivity training. They're like, he's not even in because it's coming here to Phoenix now, so you're going to hear about it. I think the next race is this weekend or next, the NASCAR finals in Phoenix. It's like, we got to have him go to sensitivity training while he's in the finals. I don't know if we might have to have him sit out a race. Really?
Yeah, he's not racing next week in the Mongoloid 500.
Right. Well, they're sponsoring the race. Yeah. They got together, put an LLC together. Is it a crypto that we don't know about?
Yeah.
I'm
going crazy
Shiba,
right now.
Mongoloid, and Bitcoin. Now, Brady, you just piqued my interest in whatever the hell a Mongoloid 500 is, but I'm buying tickets to it. Is it 500 of them? Is that an insulting word? I don't know anymore. Don't care. I just know Lizzo's beautiful, I'm gay, and I don't care.
Is John going to become an R word now that he won't be offending them?
Not a bad idea.
It worked with the gays by him becoming a twink.
It's true. And technically, if I took the test, I'd be on the spectrum. And I know that's not the same as the R word, spectrum owners, but you got to have some sort of a balance here. Every time I say that, a spectrum owner texts me and says, my kid's a spectrum, and that doesn't mean they're the... I'm like, I know. Give me some leeway here. Because some of it is, right? I don't know what it is. I'm on the spectrum. I'm a homosexual on the spectrum. I'm almost untouchable. If I spend 2 hours in a tanning bed, you can't touch me. I'll pretend I'm Puerto Rican, too. You watch out. I'll do it. But anyway, so the guy's in trouble. He's got to go sensitivity training. And I want to know, because we went to that sensitivity class. My next sensitivity class that they make us do, I'm just going to ask the person in charge and say, have you ever said a bad thing? Like, have you ever done it? Well, of course I have. Well, then let's just give everybody a break. We understand we're not supposed to say talk about a woman's cans at work, and we're not supposed to hit on each other, and we're not supposed to look up skirts. It's general behavior. It's Mike Tomlin for the Steelers has a great rule. I don't have a lot of rules because that's just more rules. My one rule, don't be that guy. And you all know when you're being that guy. Deep down, when, you're talking to a girl down in the sales department and you're staring down her shirt or something, you're being that guy. You're married. How married? You're being that guy. Stop it. Don't be that guy. If somebody shows you a picture of their kid, the first words, was it on the spectrum? No, you don't talk about it. You just...
Man, that kid's ugly.
What you do is keep it to yourself and then go back and go, did you see the picture of that lady's kid? To other people when she can't hear you, and you do it the old-fashioned way, behind their backs.
Yeah, have some class, for God's sakes.
Yeah, have some class, for Christ's sake. Use all your well-learned, behavior, I guess, and sit back. Child is gorgeous. And then go talk about it with Brett in the room. Like, that kid looked like an R word. Do they know? Has it been tested? Hilarious. I have a problem because I think all babies are ugly. I've seen like 2 pretty babies in my whole life. You know how many times I've said that to the person with the baby? 0. And I almost always think your baby is ugly. I do not find babies attractive. They look like pygmy rats. They look like old men shrunken down into these, like if you put a shrinky dink in there, none of them are cute. The only people that think babies are cute are the ones looking at their own. I don't find babies cute. Occasionally, a really super clean one will come in. You're like, wow, that one's bucking the trend. That one's actually easy to look at. Tallulah, your kid was a nightmare to look at.
Oh, no,
I don't know what Kirby
Giant
was.
Head.
I thought Kirby was Italian when she came out. She had more hair than I've ever had in my life out of the chute.
Yep.
It's disturbing to see. You, of course, think Kirby was beautiful right out of the box.
No, I didn't.
You did? Was she an ugly baby? I would admire that if you said so. They're not good looking.
Guys just look at it differently.
Babies
you don't look
aren't
at a
cute.
baby like, oh, that's beautiful.
Ugh.
I mean, it's
gross.
Yeah.
And you also look at it as the thing that wrecked your wife's feet. Not you. You got that C-section. Nice job, Brady. Anyway, we got to get back to the old-fashioned way where we hear things we don't like, and we buckle down and deal with it, and then we see things we don't like, and we go and talk about it behind that person's back. That's the way this country was founded, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And we're actually creating a society like that only with race. You're not allowed to have an open discussion about race or anything. You have to keep that all in the closet. Now, so the racists are getting quieter and more jammed together because they're afraid to say anything. You can't say a word, but I'm going to, you know what makes things funnier? Making them taboo.
Yep.
The more the R word taboo, the funnier it's going to be when I shock you with it.
Keep those comedy clubs open.
Oh, the comedians are secretly kind of loving the idea that, you're making words dangerous now? Okay. This is going to be great. It's intent.
Well, we found out, yesterday was kind of funny because you find out that arm barn.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about that? In the Urban Dictionary, arm barn is a gay euphemism for fisting. So go ahead and change the name of a bullpen to the arm barn.
Yeah, please do.
Please do it, because I'm here for the laughs.
Wow. I was against it at first, but now I'm in.
I had no idea that an arm barn was a euphemism for a dude's beehole in that community. And I guess it could apply to a lady, too, but I don't think you're going arms deep into a lady. Not a lady. She's not a lady. She's a whore. You can't call her a lady. Arm barning her. She's got a boner garage and an arm barn out back. That's hilarious. So they're trying to change the name of a bullpen to the arm barn, and we've already got use for that. So I guess they could buy the trademark on it. Yeah, we have to understand that just because I say something offensive to Toledo, if I call Toledo the R word, it doesn't mean I'm against all R words.
Right.
They're almost all happy people. I think it's great. Toledo sometimes does some things that makes me wonder whether or not he's got the full capacity of a human adult. So I got to say, I'm diagnosing you with something real quick, just for now. I think you might be one of the R's. And it isn't about all of them. It's about him.
At least you're not an arm barn, though.
Yeah, well, what would you rather be called?
I'll take the R word.
Toledo is one of the hottest arm barns in town.
Come to the most recent club opening in Phoenix, the Arm Barn.
Yeah, it's we got to stop. I don't think this guy needs sensitivity training. I think the guy that tried to run him off the road pissed him off, and he said something bad about him. I'm an adult who uses logic and understands that bad words are bad for a reason. They're aimed at an individual. Now, had he said, where is this guy going? What was he going to spin me out? Trying to do a Harvick? Is that what he's trying to do? Second place for what? I hate all retarded people. Now you're in trouble. Now you're in trouble. Yeah. Now you've got a totally different animal on your hands. And that animal doesn't know its own strength. Not a good group to piss off. That army will kill you barehanded. Anyway. What are you going to... It was Brad Keselowski. That's the guy. Called him an R word. Whatever. If he said idiot, nobody would have jumped because nobody's educated enough to know the origins of that word, which was the original R word. We still say it, and it just kind of went into insult category rather than the scientific.
Imbecile.
Imbecile, idiot, all came from science. All came from that. Brady, my favorite one is when you went to that car dealership and they were got an ID 10T in Bay 4. ID 10T in Bay 4. ID 10T, if you write it down, is idiot. And they just called the guy right in front of his face an idiot. Need to talk to the man. Mr. McGillicuddy, if you don't mind coming to Bay 4, we've got an ID 10T situation. Well, I understand we have an ID 10T. Yeah, right here, sir. Hi, my name's Kevin, and this car's been in the shop for over 4 hours. Just a simple oil change. Oh, my God, this is a serious ID 10T. Anyway, everybody calm down about your words. I want to be a sensitivity training expert. I think I'd be great at it. Who better? Drug addicts always go into rehabs and start teaching people. Who better than a guy like me who's used all the bad words and every angle you can use them to tell people whether they're being dicks? What about dicks? How come we're not worried about them? Like people like you. Like your name is Dick.
Right.
Why do people keep naming their kids that? And when will you guys band together and say, would you please stop? Dicks and Peters.
Oh.
It's terrible. John.
How did they get that from Richard?
I still don't understand.
I don't either. But I don't know. More importantly, they got Jack out of John. They got Dick out of Richard. You get that kind of thing. I don't understand. That must be some sort of language thing. I don't know. But the bigger question is, who was the first guy, Dick, that you're like, that guy becomes an insult meaning your ween. Like
who put the name on the map?
What's the etymology of dick meaning an insult? And what about all the poor dicks in the world that just wander around, hi, my name's Dick, and immediately everybody snickers? It's all crazy. Words, people, sticks and stones. When will we get back to being normal people? Stop being so affected. If a NASCAR guy says the word retarded, I am not shocked at all. I assume that's going on a lot. A, it's the South. B, it's car guys. C, they're going 300 miles an hour. And what do you say when you're on the road and somebody cuts you off? You use those words too. He just happened to do it on TV because his traffic is televised.
But I guess it would coming off, the advice that we're saying is don't say that on the interview. You say that afterwards.
Right. That's very true. Mike's in your face. Try not to call Brett Keselowski a retard. That's simple to ask. That would be my sensitivity training. I know he was acting like one, but you can't say it. So what we need to do is put it deep into the recesses of our friend circle. Only tell people terrible words who you trust, and don't have discussions with anybody else about anything. And that will create an united society of pockets that probably won't blow up into war at all.
Those hillbillies in the South, I mean, the R word is mild for them. Can you imagine other things that they're screaming?
After you have like 13 hillbilly kids and they're sitting there, one of them's probably named retarded. Like one of them probably, they ran out of like International Harvester.
No Billy Joe Jim Bob.
His name's Chevy, like Super Block. And then we came up with this when we were out of words. We call him retard. Okay.
Well, they were lost midway through the interview. Half of them didn't even know what he say.
Yeah. What would do so wrong? Goes acting like a retard. My friends from the South have a cat that got hit by a car, and its name used to be Delilah or something like that, but got bumped by a car. Its eye fell out, its jaw got all dislodged, but it's alive, and they changed its name to retard. They call him Dumb when people are over. Over here, Dumb. And Dumb's head goes, because Dumb is out. Dumb is
still alive.
Dumb, over here, Dumb. Well, his real name's something else. We don't like to do it in mixed company. But when you call Dumb's name, his head just flips
like
up.
Scooby Dumb from...
Because he's only got one eye. So especially if you're on the bad eye side, Dumb doesn't know to just look the other, like go a full, eye safe side. He'll look to dead dumb eye, and his whole body goes, so he can see you. Hey, Dumb, because he only got half a good ear. He knows his name. Want some Friskies, Dumb? Dumb got hit by a truck. He's alive. They kept him.
Amazing.
Dumb should have been. I'm an animal guy, but Dumb should have been put down. And Dumb got bonked by a truck, and Dumb came walking back to the house like, that's bad, that's bad. Meow, meow, bad thing, bad thing.
Bumper.
What happened, Delilah? The only reason they knew it was still Delilah is because its collar was on it. That's Delilah. What do we do? Nurse it back to health? Neat thing, that's done. Dumb's back, and Dumb's doing well.
They find out someone swapped the cat out. They actually have the real Delilah.
Put the collar on this one. Put that idiot retarded cat on their doorstep.
And they got rid of it.
Run! Meow, meow. Meow, meow.
We can't put him down. I can't do it.
Just say, we've got a good replica.
We'll take their cat.
We'll tell the kids that there was a miracle from God and that the retarded cat we have turned into this beautiful Delilah. Get the collar off. Put it on this one. Meow, meow. And Dumb walks around the house, wires in his arm, got something sticking out of his face. It looks like a whisker, but it's an actual piece of metal that keeps his jaw tied on.
Don't remove it.
Dumb will take your eye out if he gets too close to your face, but he can't jump.
If you have to wear armaments around your house because you
Dumb scratches walls. Dumb used to walk down their old hall.
Probably how he feels his way around.
There was a groove in the wall, wire that sticks out of his face just a little bit. It's like just a little. Down the drywall. Yeah, he built his own little spot. Get in my track. Meow, meow. Friskies. Hey, Dumb is ready for bed.
John, you're not alone. I named my dog Riri because she was so dumb.
Yeah. Well, that's an insult to people who have the disability. Okay. Well, then put them in a regular class. Well, I can't do that. Why? Okay, we're on the same page.
We need accommodations.
Yeah, I guess you're not going to put them in advanced algebra, right? There's a reason. I'm going to call them names, but let's call what this is. And then he's happy. Anyway, I don't know what you're going to do. Dumb passed away now that I think about him. Dumb's been gone for a little bit. Dumb lasted a long time, though. Dumb went till he was like 17.
That's a long time.
Got hit by a car when he was like 8. Delilah life, and then Dumb finished it off for 11 years. Dumb was dumb. But his real name was retard. They just didn't say that to people.
John, 2 things. First, I want to know about your neighbor's arm barn. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
Second, I worked with a guy whose first name was Dick, and I'm not kidding. His last name was Milky. Spelled differently, pronounced the same. And we would have to call out his name on our PA system. Yeah. We'd have to page him. Imagine that sound going out over the intercom.
My friend's name is Vols. His last name is Vols, which is you swap like 2 letters. Right? It's values.
Oh, values. That's right.
So, but people, there's been that test that if you have a word and all the letters are there, but the first and last letters are the same, and you switch it, the more familiar word is what your brain will see.
Right.
He can't go anywhere. His name is Richard Vols. Dickie Values. And he can't go anywhere. It's like values, part 2, values. It's Vols. Oh, okay. But if it's Dick, all of his friends are like, and this is Dick Vols. And immediately, Dick Value. It's the best. He's lived with it his whole life. He's not even a dick. He's Richard.
Dude, your buddy's cat had curb feelers? That's awesome.
It was kind of cool. It wasn't a big one, but it was enough to scratch a wall. They were from the South. They didn't care. Dumb was just going to be there.
Do those curb feelers ever work? I mean,
heck yeah, they do.
They make lots of noise.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Save the rims.
Horrible. You spend
But you look like an R word if you have money.
Yeah.
That's right. And full circle. Thank you, Brett. What's on the board of musical treats? Brett wrapped that up with a bow. A big retarded bow.
All right, wake up song brought to you guys by our buddies at Action Ride Shop over there on Gilbert Road in Southern. Still running their 15% off winter soft goods right now, so getting you guys ready for the powder and all the boarding and skiing and all that fun stuff. And of course, they got all the mountain bike needs you guys are going to Pivot, Santa Cruz, Rocky Mountain, you name it, they got it. So hit them up, actionrideshop.com, as well as at Action Ride Shop on all the socials.
Michael Legault has corrected me, a fellow gay, because I did say entomology, not etymology. Words. He's right.
Well, one's
entomins.
About insects,
and one is about finding donuts on top of the fridge.
Yes.
That's entomology. Etymology is the research of words.
So, Monster Magnet on the list. Johnny Paycheck, take this job and shove it for all the Shibu people. Mastodon, Suicidal, BLS.
7 years today?
Yesterday. It was 7 years yesterday, Static X. And then, of course, you got Slipknot for tonight's show.
We got to go with Slipknot for tonight. Although, Static X having his... Well, we missed it, though, because it was yesterday. So we missed his death date. I didn't realize it was that close to Halloween-y. And Johnny Paycheck, take this job and shove it. I forgot about that. That was in Office Space. The rap one, they mixed it, which was phenomenal. Yeah, we'll do a little Slipknot there. We'll do some Left Behind. That sounds pretty good. Get some Slipknot in there. Tonight's the big show.
And just in case, we're not going to play it, but since we missed Wayne's death anniversary yesterday, Keith Emerson passed away on this day today. Emerson, Lake and Palm.
Oh, yeah.
We can play some of those tunes.
LDLP. Well, they're not here in town tonight, so maybe when they tour again. The Elp. What did they sing?
What a lucky man
That's
he was.
That's right. Is that their only hit? They had too many.
Yes.
From the beginning. Let's see.
I don't remember Emerson, Lake and Palmer like Brady does because it was ages.
Carnival 9. You
don't know that one. Don't say words that you think you remember.
That's exactly how it sounds.
Well, you've done a good job. I'm more interested in your Mongoloid 500. Now, when does this start? And how do they know when it's over? 500 miles. It's a better sport, especially if you put them in those handball panties. Now I'm interested. You want me to get it?
It's not in there.
It isn't?
Nope.
Left Behind's not in our system?
Nope.
It was at the old building, but...
He's right. How about that? All right.
Go for a different Slipknot tune?
That's retarded.
I'm always using...
Nero Forte was on the
Nero
list.
Forte is a good one. We can go with Psychosocial, though, because that thing's flat out solid. Nero Forte.
Did we just play that the other day, though?
Did we?
I think we did.
All right. Nero Forte, Toledo. Load it up. Make it a thing. I kind of don't know how I feel about the whole Diamondbacks 20th anniversary being skipped. I know they did it during the season, but shouldn't they be doing something on the 4th? Like the actual anniversary of when this city has its only championship?
Remember what they did for the 10th?
No. But it's the 20th now. It's a big deal. They had Randy Johnson come out to the Suns game or something.
They did again, since the regime has changed, that's probably why.
Yeah, that could be why. You got to get it's just tough.
They still get together.
Yeah, they might have their own anniversary.
They did on
kind of neat. The city doesn't have anything. Have them go out there.
Does Jerry show up and everything, or
it's his deal?
I'm sure Jerry's big on it. Does he invite Ken Kendrick? Does he invite the current Diamondbacks just to rub it in? I think the Diamondbacks of 2001 would have won as many games this year as the Diamondbacks of 2021 did. Like, just put the old boys out on the field and let's do it. Let's get Finley.
You mean at their age now?
Right, yeah. You throw them out there in their 60s. You get Schilling and Johnson. I still think that's better pitching than what they had. And I wonder, that would have been an interesting game I would have watched. Do the Diamondbacks of 2001 playing 3 innings against the current Diamondbacks, can they hold their own?
You'll have a couple of guys that are probably still pretty ripped.
Gilkey and Finley. Finley stays on the juice. Matt Williams probably has a program he's on. Gracie's not so much. But
Jay Bell.
Gracie can still make contact, get the bat on the ball. Jay Bell is good, clean living. Tony Womack's probably got a little pot belly now, but Gonzo, he's still coming down off of 2001. I still think he's loaded up with whatever Osterine he's got coursing through his veins. In fact, I think he's aged backwards. He's probably 18 now.
Gracie will be fine.
Gracie's fine. We're good. Damian Miller, going to get that guy. Jorge Fabregas. Get a few of those guys out there and put them up against this modern-day Diamondbacks team that was terrible. I think they'd stand a chance. Let's give it a try. What do you guys think?
That would be fun.
I'll try to put that on November 4th, the new Diamondbacks versus the old. I bet you Randy could get an inning in.
Oh, yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I think he could. If you asked him, he'd be like, sure. 1 inning of Randy Johnson, 1 inning of Kurt Schilling, 1 inning of BK Kim against today's Diamondbacks.
Wonder what kind of speed you get out of Randy. Think about it.
He's still got to be in the 90s.
I think if you worked for a week or two, got a little time, gave him a notice, and said, and get him stretched out, that giant Gumby frame of his. I bet you'd be high 80s and still have some juice on that slider. I bet you'd get him in the 90s.
Yeah,
for an inning.
Low 90s.
For an inning.
Yeah.
Randy's too competitive not to stand on that hill and go, all right, I got 1 left. Rocky did it. He fought Mason Dixon, for God's sakes, and he was in his 60s. I don't think Randy's much older than, like, you. 55 or 6, maybe?
I think he's older than me.
All right. He's got a little left in that. The 1 inning left in there.
BK?
He's 58.
He's 58.
Yep.
2
he
years
can do this. BK's got to be like 37. He was like 12 when we had him.
I don't remember how to spell his name.
BYUN Hyung. HYUNG. Yeah, he's the only one. Yeah. Just get the BYUN in there.
He's 42.
He's got an arm in there. Tom Brady's 44.
Yeah.
That was so random. When he came into town, a friend of mine built the apartment complex or the condo, and he's like, hey, here's BK place. You want to see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Opens the door. He's out. He's like, yeah, you can check it out because he's got the key. And all there were flip-flops and comic books. No furniture.
BK's apartment, which Brady ransacked for no reason.
Yeah, I'll go into that illegally. Let's do it.
You entered. You broke an entering.
No, he had the.
It's still not. You're not supposed to be in there.
Yeah, we weren't.
Right. Right. So that's breaking and entering.
He finally quit playing in overseas in 2015.
I see. I think he's got something left.
He got bounced out of here in 2007.
My idea would have been solid. It's too bad the Diamondbacks chose to do absolutely nothing instead, but like a dinner at Steak 44 with the guys.
Hey, it's not weird. It's pretty cool, actually. No membership fee.
I have heard enough of this.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.